Texas boxing scene is here with the champ, ABO champ Sammy Castaneda. First off, congratulations on your title-winning performance. It's good to have you on. How's camp going, and how you feeling?
Camp is going great. We're working on what we need to work on for this opponent, and it's going awesome, man. It's going great. It's going real smooth, real rough, and just how we like it, uncomfortable.
I want to go back to your last performance. Julio Sanchez, you fought him in September. You had to settle for a draw in a fight that you really were not happy with your performance. You got a second chance, a fight you really wanted. You fought him in December again, in front of your home fans in the Valley. Talk about that fight.
I had to bring the dog out of me, that fight, and I was disappointed with that performance too. But I had to bring the dog out of me, and I did what I had to do. I always knew I had the dog in me. That's the heart that showed. And I mean, I was losing the first by 3 points the first 2 rounds. So I wasn't hurt with that drop, but it was an off balance shot. Good for Julio, and I had to bounce back and win the 4 rounds, dominate the 4 rounds, which I did.
You did, and you won every minute of the fight thereafter. But I want to get that, like you said, you were down 3 points after 2 rounds with 4 to go, which means you got to win every round. Your trainer, what were they telling you in your corner, and like what was the mood there in the corner? Were you calm? Were they telling you they got to pick it up, or what were they telling you after that knockdown in the second round?
I was calm. I mean, I wasn't hurt really, but I mean, I points, so a little adversity, but nothing new. You know what I mean? I faced adversity millions of times in my life, so I was calm. I was collected. My trainer just said, "You got that dog in you, Sammy. You got to bring it like these next 2 rounds," and that's what I did. You know, I just brought out the dog out of me. I said, "All right, boom," and then just had to dominate. I knew what I had to do. Honestly, I didn't feel that much pressure because I knew what was gonna happen. As soon as I came back, I said, "I got him." And then
did you know you were the classier fighter, that you were the better boxer, and if you just stick to your game plan that you're going to win? I mean, did you know that, okay, all I have to do is fight my fight and I'll win?
Yeah. At first started boxing a little bit,
Yeah.
but like I'm transitioning into a boxer type. But it's I came in here as a brawler, and we're transitioning good, doing things. You know, I gotten a lot better the last 3 years or whatever. But yeah, I'm still trying. You know what I mean? Because in the inside, I'm a dog. I'm a fighter. I like to fight.
We saw that. We saw the outside skills. We saw the ability to fight on the inside. You know, if I would, how would you describe yourself as a fighter? Would you say you're more of a brawler, or would you say you're more of a boxer puncher, or how would you describe your style in the ring?
I mean, that's for the fans to say, but I think I'm more. I have a high punch count,
Yeah.
which helps a lot, and my conditioning is awesome. My high punch count, and you know, we're doing different things that I think that people are gonna see new things from me. So as we go, and as we get more experience, the better, and fighting different styles, which what we're doing, and everything is going. I'll learn a lot from all these styles that I've been fighting.
So you go back to your last fight. You win the ABO title in front of all your hometown fans in the Valley. What was that like? Describe that moment for you when they end the new and you get your hand raised. What's that like? You know, getting off the canvas, dominating.
It was an awesome feeling, man. It was a great feeling because, you know, some people know, you know, I came down from nothing, you know what I mean, from rock bottom, and winning that little title. I mean, shout out to ABO too. They have a lot of good things going on, and yeah, it was a great feeling, you know, winning a little title. But like, you know, I'm just ready for more. It got me like just pumped up for more and for way bigger. You know what I mean? WBO, WBC, WBA, something in that organization. We'll get it soon.
Well, I want to get into that in just a second, but before we do it, let's talk about your next opponent. February 18th, Fairgrounds, Corpus Christi. Not far from your home, maybe 2 hours or so, right? Not far from
2 hours.
Not too far from your home. Brian Springs from San Antonio. What do you know about your opponent, and how are you preparing for Brian Springs?
I know he's a southpaw. I know awkward style. That's what we're working for. We're working for all that. You know, we're working for anything. You know, if he wants to fight, which we'll fight. If he wants to, you know, get on his bicycle, we can get on bicycle. We're training for everything.
You know, he's a rugged guy. You know, he's been in with some decent opponents. He fought Robert Garcia. He's fought some decent guys, right? Ramon Acosta, but this is obviously, you know, a, a step for you, right? Like in the direction that you want to go. Assuming that you do beat Brian Springs, which obviously you're going to be expected to do. We talked about those other sanctioning organizations. When do you want to be fighting, elite level fighters and fighting top notch fighters? Not to disrespect Brian Springs, who's a decent fighter, but when do you want to be fighting, the next level up?
Hopefully by, that's something my manager Kerry Dago is gonna be in charge of. He sees I'm ready, then we're ready, and I believe this year everybody's gonna know my name.
And then I had you as one of the top prospects in Texas to watch emerge in 2023.
Yeah,
I've been very impressed with your skills as an outside fighter and on the inside. Your work ethic, like I said, the dog in you is unquestionable, right? I remember I was talking to Keith Thurman once. We were talking about Omar Juarez, another Rio Grande Valley fighter, and I asked Keith Thurman what he thought about him. He's got skills, but we don't know if he's going to be a world champion until we see if he's got the dog in him. We don't know that yet, right? We know that about you, right? Like, we don't have to question whether or not you have any dog in you, or if, how you're going to respond to a fight. Going through that adversity in that fight, settling for a draw in the first fight, and then getting off the canvas, did you prove something to yourself? Like, did you know, okay, I always thought I could do it, but now I know I have that dog in me?
No, I've always known. That's not a question. That's not a question. I've always known from things I went through in life. Almost committing suicide, through things like that, rock bottom, going to jail for a while and everything, and also in a fight too. Also in the amateurs with Virgil Ortiz, that showed that fight is when I realized I was a dog. Because he got me and he got me, with good punches, and I went back right at him, So that's when I knew I was like, okay. So no fighter is gonna know when they have the dog in them until they face that adversity. Either you're gonna run or you're gonna fight back. And I didn't run, I didn't hide, I just fought. So I always knew I was the dog in me. So that's why I guess I was real calm. I was like I know what's gonna come out, and I know what I got in myself, and people around here that know me, they know that as well.
Talk about that Virgil Ortiz fight in the amateurs for a second. How old were you guys when you fought Virgil in the amateurs? Or did you fight him a few times? Because you're around the same weight.
It was at State Golden Gloves.
Okay,
right
I was thinking.
Yeah, I was I think I was 17. He was 18 or 17, something like that. Right before he went pro.
Okay.
Yeah, he was knocking everybody out. He was knocking everybody out to sleep. And I didn't know who he was. And then he knocked me down the second round, and I got up and I just said, it's either kill or be killed. And I went straight to him. And he's a great fighter, man, and he's big. He's explosive, all that. And that fight has showed me, okay, I got it in me, and I came back and I just went straight at him, and it was a war. And it went to decision, of course, but it was amateur, it was 3 rounds or whatever. But yeah, it was a good test for me, and I learned a lot from that.
All right, we'll get back to the fight you have on February 18th, Corpus Christi. It's the first card back in Corpus Christi since 2018. So about 5 years since there's been a card in Corpus Christi. Like you said, not far from your home. You're fighting the Rio Grande Valley. You were a local hero. You had a ton of fans there. Are you gonna have some fans travel with you? You're gonna have some fans traveling with you to Corpus?
Yeah. There's definitely some fans going out. They're already asking for tables and whatnot. Wherever I go, I'm always gonna have fans go. That's one thing.
If you ever get to see
even when I fought in Houston, I sold pretty good amount of tables. So I'm anywhere I go, fans will be there.
If you've ever been to a Sammy Castaneda fight, he's got a crazy loud cheering section. He travels well. He's got a big fan base, and there's a lot of skills to back up that. There's a reason why he's got a big cheering section, and if you get to see him, you'll see those skills. Like I said, you weren't thrilled with your performance in December. What do you think you could have done better, and what are you improving and working on in this particular camp?
We're working on different things. The jab. We're working on a lot of things specifically for this fight, for this style that I'm going against. I believe my manager knows what he's doing, putting me with all these different styles. The last 4 or 5 fights, we're all different styles. So we know what we're doing and we know the plan we got. And we know what we're working on for this one. And I'm learning a lot from all these guys, man. I'm learning a lot. So, and this is another one that's getting in the way. So we're just doing what we're learning.
Sam, and you're also in Sammy's fighting in the co-main event. In the main event is a Corpus Christi native, Mark Buke. He's been in camp with you for a while. He's been in camp said about a year and a half. He's been working with you guys. How's he looking, and how's camp going for him?
Oh, he's looking great. He's here right now. He came down. He's been with us for a good year and a half, I believe, something like that. He's been good for a while. We always work with each other, sparring, all that, and we always push each other. We push each other, just like when Jose was here too. Jose's here too, and we just push each other, and you know, I don't think anybody works harder than the way we do.
So your gym is in Mercedes, or where's your gym?
In Harlingen, Texas.
It's Harlingen. So you get a lot of good work down there. There's a live explosive boxing scene in the Rio Grande. Oh, before we get on the subject, talking about around your weight class, Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis is all but official. I want to get your take. Who do you got, Ryan Garcia or Tank?
I got Tank, but you can't count Ryan out on this one. A lot of people are counting it out, thinking that Tank it's gonna be too easy for Tank, but you can't count that one out. I see a lot of things that Ryan, if he takes advantage of, he get the speed and with his reach, and he has power too, explosiveness. That's gonna be a great fight. I'm glad they're doing it. That's awesome, man. That's awesome for the boxing.
It's rare that you get two fighters like that fighting each other. Both undefeated, both in their prime. They usually duck and dodge people and try to protect their but we're getting it. Like, it's going to happen.
Tank did what he had to do, man, to make it happen, and Ryan as well. Ryan really wanted this.
Shoot, I lost you. Sammy, can you hear me okay?
You hear me?
No, I got you. I just dropped you for a quick second. It's good. All right. And then Brian Springs is a bigger guy. He's fought at 154. What weight is this fight going to be at? What weight is the Springs fight at?
142.
Okay, so he's coming down to He's fought high. He's fought at 54 and stuff, and we've seen you mostly at 40. Is 140 still where you're going to stay? Is that your weight moving forward? 140.
140, yes. Yeah, that's my weight.
It's a loaded division. We just talked about Ryan Garcia. Lopez, a ton of good fighters there. You probably got Devin Haney moving up there in the near future. Do you look at those guys and be like, okay, a step or two away, and I'm getting there, and those are future opponents for me, all those big names?
Yeah, all of them are future opponents. 140 is going to be, I think, the biggest division pretty soon, and then from there on out, once we move to 147 and all that, it's going to be the money division, big division, and a lot of big fights happening, and there's going to be no choice but to fight each other. I feel like that's what's going to happen, just like Ryan and Tank. There's going to be, people want that, and people are pressuring to see that. And there's a lot of talent where, any fight will be really good.
Yeah, you didn't pick an easy weight class. I'll tell you that. You're not in an easy weight class. Sammy Castaneda of the Rio Grande Valley, 9-0-1, going to have his undefeated record on the line February 18th at the fairgrounds in Corpus Christi, Texas. You want any predictions? Any last minute thoughts on the fight, or what can the fans expect to see on February 18th?
Expecting to see just a different style that I'm gonna take down. I'm ready for this, and you're gonna see what we've been working on, and I'm ready to get the win, bring it back home.
We'll be 10-0. Be moving in the right direction. Big things coming for Sammy Castaneda. If you haven't seen him, really multifaceted fighter, multi-skilled fighter, really, really good fighter. Sammy, tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Facebook, Sammy Castaneda. Instagram is that boxer 1303. TikTok, that boxer 1303 _. And that's about it. I got to make the rest.
Gallo Fino, Sammy Castaneda. Thank you for your time, champ.
Thank you, man. You have a great one.
You too. God bless.